Welcome back to another video, and the Ballon d'Or nominations are officially out. 30 players have been nominated yesterday, and in this video I'm going to put them in a tier list in what my official list would want to be. I'm going to rank them from 1 to 2 to 3, pretty much down to 30 in my correct order. I'm going to base in different things: impact, influence, what they did, the stats, everything. I'm going to base it, and I'm going to put them in a tier list. Before I go any further, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and of course comment your own list as well. Put down from 1 to 30 or whether you agree or disagree with my pretty much order as well. Alright, so this tier list, I've put it into different categories, as you guys can see. I've got 1 to 5. 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, and 26 to 30. There's 30 players which has been nominated are Jude Bellingham, of course, Hakan Calhanoglu, I call him Hakan, bro, Dani Carvajal, Ruben Dias, we'll talk about it, Artem Dubik, we'll talk about it, Phil Foden, okay, Grimaldo, okay, Erling Haaland, of course, Mats Hummels, we'll talk about it, Harry Kane, Toni Kroos, Lookman, after one game, Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, Emiliano Martinez, of course, Lautaro Martinez, Kiki, Odegaard, talk about it, Dani Olmo, Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, Rodri, Rudiger, Bukayo Saka, William Saliba, Fede, Vinicius, Vitinha, Nico Williams, Wirtz, Xhaka, and Lamine Yamal. 30 players. Before I give you my list and my order, let me just tell you players that is just coming top of my head why they never made the list, but our players did. If you want to put Dubik in there, that's fine. I've got no problem with that. The season he had with Girona, all good. But why is Gakirius not there? The player from Sporting, after the season he had, had over 45 GAs. He was one of the best players in the Portuguese league and won Sporting the league, but he's not there. Guirassy from Stuttgart, 28 goals in 28 appearances. Took Stuttgart to second finish. Why is he not there? It makes no sense. Like, there's no consistency in there. Absolute no consistency. Another player I want to talk about is Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa. He took Aston Villa to a top 4 finish, something which they haven't done over 25 years, bro. Had over 20 goals, over 10 assists. Champions League football with Aston Villa. But you're not putting him in there. But you've got Odegaard in there. Dani Olmo in there. Lookman after one game. Come on, bro. Where's the consistency? You got Matt Hummels in there. Fair enough. Great campaign. He scored a goal against PSG. Great Champions League campaign. But where's Van Dijk? Okay, let's go straight to the list, yeah? Let's rank number 30th. For me, yeah, I'll be real. I'm looking at this list, yeah, and the only person that makes sense for me to put 30th, just because of the fact that I don't understand why he's here in the first place, it's Mr. Declan Rice, bro. Slap him, bro. Let's slap him 30th, bro. He does not deserve to be on this list. I don't understand why he's in there. I mean, the campaign that he had with Arsenal, he wasn't even the greatest of campaigns. The Euros that he had with England wasn't even the best of Euros. So again, I don't understand why he's here. For me, I just look at it and I feel like they just based it on names and PR. And Arsenal finished second, but it makes no sense to me. So put Declan Rice in 30th. 29. I'm looking at 3 players that... Because the last category is 26 to 30th. Let's put, in my opinion, of course we can move them around, but let's put for the time being, for 29, let's put Matt Hummels. I'm putting Matt Hummels in 29. Great, like I said, great Champions League campaign. Dortmund finished 5th in the league. He wasn't pretty much the greatest of league campaigns, but him and for me, I'll be honest, for me, Schlotterbeck was the better performer consistently throughout the league. I think they put Hummels just because of the fact he scored against PSG. That's the only reason why they put Hummels. But in terms of you asked me who was the better centre-back out of the two throughout the whole campaign, for me, it'll be Schlotterbeck. So I'll put Hummels as 29, and for me, 28. I will give it to Lookman. I will give it to... No. 28, I will give it to Odegaard. Odegaard started the season well, didn't end it perfectly with Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve, and in the Champions League as well, they didn't really. He wasn't great against Bayern Munich. Yes, he scored against Porto the round of 16, but he wasn't great against Bayern Munich at all. He was non-existent against Bayern Munich. They pretty much closed him down very well. So again, I don't know, man. Like, he finished on 8 goals, 10 assists, I believe. 11 assists last season. Not the greatest of seasons. I mean, I'll put Watkins in there over him. I'll put Salah in there over him. But again, hey, that's just me. But I'll put Odegaard 28th. And for me, 27th, I'll give 27 to Lookman. I'll give 27 to Lookman, and then I'll give 26 to Divbik. Makes more sense. I think if we base it in terms of importance, yes, Lookman scored a hat-trick, and to be fair, he scored a hat-trick. I can't put a guy who scored a hat-trick in a European final, bro, below a guy like Divbik. But Divbik did make history. He put Girona top 4, which has never been done before. But he didn't even finish the top scorer of La Liga, fam. Then, I mean, Atalanta finished 4th as well. You know what? I'll put Divbik 28th. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll put Divbik 27 and Lookman 26. So far, we've pretty much finalized the last category. Let's go now to 25 and 21. Now this becomes interesting because for me, 25, I'm going to put Ruben Dias in there. If you asked me honestly, was Ruben Dias the best City defender last season? No, he wasn't. He wasn't. For me, Akanji was better than Ruben Dias last season. Was he the best Portuguese defender in the Euros? No, he wasn't. Pepe was better than him. So I don't understand why Ruben Dias is in this list in the first place. Once again, PR. I'll put Ruben Dias 25. Actually, you know what? Because of that. But then again, Ruben Dias did win the... No. Again, it's PR, fam. It's PR. It's PR. Okay, put Ruben Dias 25. I'll put Ruben Dias 25. The thing is, 24 and 23 between two players. It's between Dani Olmo and Vitinha. Who should I put 24? Who's had a better campaign between Olmo and Vitinha? Vitinha, of course, had a better league campaign than Dani Olmo, but Dani Olmo, of course, had a better Euros. To be fair, Vitinha had a great Euros. He was one of the best Portuguese players, if not the best Portuguese players. But Dani Olmo, of course, won. He scored the goals, X, Y, and Z. For me, put Vitinha... I'll put Vitinha 24 and then put Dani Olmo 23. Okay, so this now leaves with 2 more positions, 22nd and 21. For 22nd, I'm going to put William Saliba. Great campaign with Arsenal. And for 21st, I'm going to put Grimaldo. Of course, Grimaldo, exceptional campaign with Leverkusen, was one of the main pieces in terms of where he was. Of course, the role that he had. He was assisting, most assists. The goals he scored were double-digit goals, but of course, he didn't start in the Euros. He was preferred. Cucurella was preferred over him. Saliba, great campaign. One for me. The third, in my opinion, the third best centre-back last season. The second best centre-back last season for me was Van Dijk. I'm not sure why it's in there, but Saliba 22nd, and of course, Grimaldo 21st. Now, this is where it gets serious. In 20th place, I think I'm going to put Hakan. Hakan goes to 20th. Exceptional campaign, of course, with Inter Milan, what he had. With Milan a couple of years ago, he was playing pretty much as an 8/10. Even with Inter Milan, when he first joined, he was playing more advanced. But last season, he played as a double pivot. He was playing as a 6 sometimes, even himself. He was pretty much the deep playing midfielder, pretty much replacing what Brozovic was before he left, of course, to Al Nassr. So for me, great campaign with Inter Milan. Decent campaign with Turkey as well, pretty much in the Euros. So for me, 20th place to Hakan. In 19th place, it goes to Emiliano Martinez. Great campaign. Pretty much was the reason, in my opinion, the reason why Argentina won the Copa America once again. He was pretty much the reason why they won it the year before that as well. Of course, what he did with Aston Villa as well, top 4 finish, incredible amount of pretty much, I think he was third in terms of the XG saves in prevented. So great campaign, of course. For me, the most deserved goalkeeper. Then we have 18. 18 and 17 is between 2 players. 18 and 17 is between 2 players. It's between Bukayo Saka and Cole Palmer. So the question is now, who had a better campaign last season between the two? In my opinion, let's be real, the person who had a better campaign individually, because we're ranking it now, because neither of them won any trophies. So now is pretty much ranked over impact and in terms of influence. And I think out of the two, it was Cole Palmer. So 18th, I'll give it to Bukayo Saka. 17, Cole Palmer. The season that he had last season, on another level. On another level, boy. 20 goals, the assist that he scored. He was the only spark of Chelsea last season on the Pochettino. He went to the Euros and assisted the winner in the semi-final against Holland and Watkins. Of course, the pass that he made. I'm not sure why he never started the Euros with England, but of course, deserved to be higher. He's 17. Bukayo Saka, great campaign. He started, in my opinion, quite slow last season with the injuries, but of course, ended it quite well. Was the best player for England pretty much at the Euros as well. The goal that he scored. So for me, 18th and Cole Palmer 17th. In 16th place, which is the last position in there, I'm torn between three players here. But I will edge it. I'll give it to Nico Williams. Nico Williams is 16th. Of course, the campaign they had with Spain was what I think the only reason why he was here. I don't think they would have given it after what he did with Bilbao last season. But what he did to Bilbao last season was incredible. They won the Copa del Rey, unheard of course. Great campaign, finished 5th with Bilbao. But I think the only reason why they gave it to him is because of course, the goal that he scored in the final. And, of course, what he did here. So, I'll give it to Nico on 16th. In 15th place, I will give it to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is 15th. Let's put him in there. 15th to Erling Haaland. Of course, top scorer last season, but he was injured. He was injured for about 2 months. And last season wasn't the greatest of campaign. Yes, he won the top score, but he wasn't like, wow, look at Erling Haaland. It's not like his first season or what he's doing this season. But I feel like last season he scored, but he missed a couple of chances. Against Madrid, he was nowhere to be seen in the Champions League. Even in the Cup final against United, he was nowhere to be seen. So he wasn't the greatest campaigns. But of course, Erling Haaland top scored the goals he scored. But it wasn't the best of seasons for Erling Haaland. So I'll put him, of course. You know what? Actually, no. Let me swap Erling Haaland. Actually, no. Let's swap Haaland. Let's put Haaland 16th. And then put Nico Williams 15th. Yeah. In 14th place, we have got Wirtz. Wirtz, 14th, of course. Last season, the season that he had with Leverkusen, incredible. Like, we can't even take it. Can't deny what he did last season. Was one of the best players, for me, the best player in the German League last season. Of course, had started initially with Germany in the Euros, but was then removed or was put on the bench because Sane was preferred, maybe system-wise. But of course, the campaign that he had last season, incredible. The goals, the assists, the impact, was played as a striker, sometimes played on the left-hand side as an inverted winger. Incredible campaign. And then 13th is his teammate, Xhaka. I think Xhaka was the most important Leverkusen player throughout. I think it's always, like, for me, I always rank importance over best. I think in terms of who's the better player, of course, Wirtz is the better player out of the two. But in terms of the most important for the system, for the team, for the balance, for me was Xhaka. I think Xhaka was more important to Leverkusen compared to Wirtz. So that's why I would rank Xhaka. And of course, the Euros campaign that he had, he took Switzerland to the quarterfinals, was one of the best players in there. So in 12th place, I'm going to give it to... All right. Let me just tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking between two players. To 12 and 11, this category, I'm thinking between two players. I'm thinking between Lamine and between Rudiger. I think it's got nothing to do with bias because you guys know me. Like, you guys have seen my videos, bro. I'm not, I'm very, very unbiased. Like, when I talk about football, I speak with sense. I don't speak with bias. You guys have seen enough of my content for you guys to know this. So... But yeah, 12, I'm giving to Lamine. 11, I'm giving to Rudiger. The only reason why I'm giving to Rudiger is because, bro, last season, at one point, not even 1 point, for like 2 months, he was our only healthy centre-back. Rudiger last season had to play with about 3 to 4 different partnerships. It was first Militao, got injured. Alaba got injured. Nacho got injured. Tremendous towards the end of the season. So he had to adapt to different, pretty much, centre-back pairing, but he was always the best centre-back. For me, the best centre-back last season in the whole world. The campaign with Germany, great campaign, of course, but they lost against Spain in the quarterfinals. So I'll give it to Rudiger in 11th place. Lamine Yamal, I mean, we all know about Lamine Yamal. You guys all know how much I rate Lamine Yamal. But, of course, Lamine Yamal with Barcelona didn't win anything special. But, of course, with Spain was incredible. That's why he deserves to be high because of the Spain campaign. So, if he never had the Euros, so he wouldn't be this high. So, I'll put Lamine 12, Rudiger 11. I think that's the most sensible thing to do. Now we've got top 10. And this is where it becomes controversial. And, again, I want you guys to... I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset with my list, my top 10 now. Because I've already got my top 10 in mind. Even before the nominations, because I knew the nomination would be quite obvious. I already had my top 10 in mind. So I know you guys will be upset with this. The top 10, in my opinion, for me, is very simple. I'm going to give you my reasoning behind it. I think my reasoning is very, very simple. I know my top 10 is going to be nowhere near what the Ballon d'Or is going to be. Because the Ballon d'Or, again, is all down to PR. It's all down to PR. But if you actually, I'm going to give my reasoning behind every single player for me. And if you listen to what I'm saying, it makes perfect sense. That's what I'm saying. Just listen. Just let me land with each person. Top 10, the person in 10th place, before the Euros, for me, he was 6. But because after what he did at the Euros, he went down way, way, way down the pecking order. And for me, it's Harry Kane. Harry Kane, great Bundesliga campaign, despite what everyone says. Of course, he never won it. That's fine enough. But great campaign, great goals. He scored. They never won it. Super Cup, never won it. The German Cup, he never won it. The Champions League was nowhere to be seen against Madrid. Now, in the Euros, where are you? You didn't step up at all. You were the worst player of the whole Euros. So for me, top 10. Top 10. If you ask before the Euros, even with what I've just said about Bayern, he got knocked out, Madrid, Cup, League, he will still be top 6 because of the goals he scored. Like, you can't criticize him for scoring over 48 goals, bro. But the Euros, disgraceful. So top 10 is Harry Kane. In 9th place, we have got Kylian Mbappe. Again, I love Kiki. You guys know me. I love Mbappe. I absolutely adore Mbappe, what he's done. But, again, before the Euros, for me, he was higher. Before the Euros, he was top 5 for me. He was honestly top 5. He won League A, the goals that he scored, Champions League, of course, he wasn't the best. He scored against Barcelona, but he wasn't the best. Like, he was very, very, very shocking against Dortmund. Honestly, one of the worst displays in both legs from a superstar. That was supposed to be his year, his campaign. He bottled it completely. He was still top 5 for me, but the Euro campaign, yes, I know the injury with the nose, everything, but that's not an excuse. For me, 9th place goes to Mbappe. In 8th place, we have got Mr. Dani Carvajal, Amu Carvajal. What a season he had last season. What a season. What a season, bro. Like, the league, he stepped up. The Champions League stepped up, scored in the final. The Euros stepped up, bro. Look what he did to the Euros. He was so good in that campaign, bro. Like, for me, the best right back in the world last season. For me, he's got an argument to even have one of the best individual campaigns from a right back in the last decade, alongside, of course, Dani Alves with Barcelona, of course, Trent that season when Liverpool won the league and the Champions League. But I think, bro, what a season he had, bro. Like, he was one of our most important players, and when he didn't play, you could see the void, especially when Vasquez came in. Champions League came clutch. The league came clutch. Even with Spain, scored in the US, Spain assisted, had over 5 key passes in the knockout. What a player, bro. And deserves 100% to be top 10. Despite what anyone says, don't listen to anyone. Don't listen to anyone. Yes, people are going to say, well, Dani Carvajal and the Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or has fallen off. No, bro. It's about impact. It's about impact, achievement, influence on what they've done. And he's got everything. He's won the trophy. He's got the accolades. The impact is there. The influence is there. He's got everything, bro. Like, the stat speaks for itself. The performance speaks for itself. He's got everything. So 8th place goes to Dani Carvajal. 7th place is where people are going to be very, very upset with this. But it is what it is. It is what it is. For me, it's very simple. For me, 7 and 6, before I go to top 5, it's between 2 City players. And for me, 7 is Rodri. 7 is Rodri, 6 is Phil Foden. I don't understand this Rodri hype. He's a great player. I'm not denying he's not a great player. He's a great player. Very talented player. The best DM in the world. I'm not denying anything about Rodri. But, bro, Rodri wasn't City's best player last season. He was not City's best player. It was Phil Foden. Phil Foden was City's best player last season. He was the reason why, in my opinion, that they won the league. At the Euros, he wasn't Spain's best player. He wasn't Spain's second best player. He wasn't Spain's third best player. He wasn't Spain's fourth best player. You could even make an argument he wasn't Spain's fifth best player. But hey, that's a conversation for another day. Like, this PR for Rodri, the only reason why they give this PR to Rodri is because this list is dominated by Real Madrid players. Where was this energy 2 years ago? Rodri had a better case 2 years ago than last season. Last season, he was nowhere, like I said, bro. He wasn't City's best player, and he was nowhere near Spain's best player in the Euros. But 2 years ago, he won the treble. He scored in 2 cup finals. He scored in the Champions League final. He scored in the FA Cup final. He scored in the Nations League. He won Spain the Nations League. He was the best player for Spain in the Nations League. He was City's best player in those campaigns. But why? Where was the PR back then? Where was the PR back then? Why is the PR now, but not 2 years ago? Why? Because 2 years ago, he was competing with Leo Messi, and Leo Messi is not in there. So they're trying to avoid any sort of competition to Leo Messi because they want to give Messi the Ballon d'Or. But now, because Messi's not competing in it, all right, but they're seeing Jude's competing, Vinny's competing, everyone's competing, but like, you know what? Let's try to avoid Madrid players to win it. Let's just give it to, of course, Rodri. But let's be real, Rodri does not deserve to be anywhere near first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or sixth, bro. Phil Foden deserves to be much higher than him. So for me, 7th, Rodri, Phil Foden, 6th. The best player, of course, in the Premier League last season. He would have been top 5 for me. He would have been top 5 if he had delivered at the Euros. For me, I had him in my list 5th. I had him on my list 5th. But because of the Euros campaign, and because someone else had a better campaign in a different tournament, international tournament, he then went 5th. So they swapped position. But because he did not deliver at all with England at the Euros, he went down to 6th. And for me, 5th place is Lautaro Martinez. Put some respect in his name, bro. Put some damn respect in his name. Everyone loves to talk about him. Everyone loves to call him a butler. Where is it now? Where is it now, bro? Inter Milan, look what he did with Inter last season. The goals that he scored, the assists that he scored, was the reason why Inter won Serie A last season. They said, oh, Lukaku was the one carrying him the year before. But guess what he did? He's the one now carrying. With Argentina, all the talks about him at the World Cup, this and that. Lautaro Martinez is a flop. He doesn't do anything when Argentina won the World Cup. But guess what? Copa America, again, exceptional Copa America campaign. Group stages delivered. Knockout stage delivered. And in the final, delivered, bro. Delivered. When Messi was down, he was the one that took over. So for me, that's why Lautaro went higher than Phil Foden. Because for me, they had a similar club campaign. But internationally, like what Lautaro did with Argentina was much, much better than what Phil Foden did with England at the Euros. So for me, Lautaro Martinez is 5th. Top 4 is now all Real Madrid players. You could call me biased. I don't care. I honestly don't care. You could call me biased. Bro, let's be real. Real Madrid was the best team in the world last season. It's not my fault that the best players in the world last season all played for my club. It's not my fault that Vinny, Jude, Cruz, and Fede was the best players last season. It's not my fault, bro, that they all delivered. It's not my fault. Where was this energy when Barcelona had top 3, Messi, Iniesta, and Xavi in the top 3 2010? Where was that energy back then? Where, bro? It's not my fault that the best players played for my club last season. We won the Champions League, fair and square, beating everyone. We won the league campaign, beating with everyone. So in 4th place, I'm going to go with Fede Valverde. For me, oh man. Listen, I've spoken, you guys know me very, very well. I'm Fede's number 1 fan. I'm Fede's number 1 fan. There is nobody else in this world that's a bigger Fede fanboy than me. If you find him, let me know. DM me. Because wallah, bro, I'm going to have a chat with him to tell him to stay away from my man. Fede is number 4. No, again, bro, I can sit here and we can waste another 10 minutes. I've spoken about Fede in every single video. Go back to all my videos. Go back when I ranked every single Real Madrid player from 1 to 25. Guess where I had Fede? Guess. Just go and you see what I said about Fede. I'm not going to talk about Fede because if I talk about Fede, bro, I'm going to be here the whole day. I'm going to be here the whole night. So Fede 4th, Toni Kroos deserves top 3. What a career Thank you so much for what you've done, brother. The achievements and everything. Mucho gracias of everything you've done. What a career. What an impact last season. And this season, clearly we miss you. We miss you so much, and we would love to have you back, but I know you're not coming back. But we miss you, bro. And I think the reason why for me he's top 3 shows this season the importance when Madrid is playing without him and the system is clearly gone. That is a credit to him and what he did last season to Real Madrid. So Toni Kroos, we miss you, bro. And now top 2. Top 2 is between 2 players. But for me, the winner is... Second is Jude. 1 is Vinny Jr. I want to talk about Jude very quickly before I go to Vinny. Jude Bellingham, honestly, brother, if I was you, I would change nationality and I would maybe become Spanish, Brazilian, because your boys are there. Become French because your boys Chimini and Camavinga are there. Or even become Iraqi, bro. Ahlan wa sahlan, ta'al. Come, bro. Become Iraqi as well. Because we will take care of you. We will give you respect. We will never disrespect you. Because how all the disrespect that they put on your name at the Euros was disgusting, bro. Disgusting. Your country does not deserve you. Because all the disrespect came from your country, from your media, from your fan base. Leave this country because they do not cherish you and they do not give you credit what you've done. Last season, you were the only reason why Real Madrid won La Liga. You were the only reason why Real Madrid had the season which they had between August to January because you carried us. And then from January on to May, the team played better. The system played better. And then everyone came back and everyone understood the system. But from August to January, we had no system. We had no tactics. We had no coaching. We had no balance. It was all you. You carried us between that 5 months. No one is going to give you credit for that, but I will. Just because the numbers went down, but for me, I preferred everything that you did between Jan and May because we saw a complete Jude Bellingham. The 6, the 8, the 10, the wing, the defending, progressing, carrying, scoring clutch goals. We saw complete Jude Bellingham between Jan and May. But between August to December, it was best in the world all time. A carry job. Come on my back and I'll carry you. That's what we saw. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for what you did last season. But number 1, Vinny. Best player in the world. Ballon d'Or winner. Deserved winner. Entertainer. No more words can describe how good he is. Like I said, I've talked about Vinny, how good he is and everything. One thing that I want to say, because I don't want to repeat what I've said about Vinny in previous videos. And for me, he is the clear-cut winner for me. I just want to say one thing about Vinny. All the fans that says football is dead, football is no longer what it was 10 years ago, 15 years, 20 years ago, that's fine. I'm one of those people. But don't say we don't have no entertainers. There's only one entertainer remaining in this world. 2, actually. Now 1 has emerged in Lamine Yamal. But before, there wasn't. Before, there was only 1. For the past 2 years, there was only 1. Cherish Vinny. Because I feel like Vinny is now slowly becoming... going towards the route of Neymar. Because when Neymar did it early on in his career with Santos and went to Barcelona, everyone hates him. Everyone hated the entertainment. Oh, this guy's a showboat. This guy's making skills. Take it seriously. This guy's not taking it seriously. The guy is always complaining. He's always mocking players. Always mocking the fans. Everything that they said to Neymar, they're now saying to Vinny, especially from what I've seen over the past 12 months. Don't do the same mistakes because now the same people who was making fun of Neymar and tried to say Neymar play serious, and now all the ones are saying, oh, we miss Neymar. I wish Neymar was here. Football's fallen off. We miss Neymar. But you've got Vinny. Yes, not to the level of what Neymar did in terms of technically. But bro, in terms of entertainment, Vinny is the closest entertainer that we have to Neymar. He's our only entertainer like said along Lamine Yamal. So please cherish the moment that we have with Vinny. Because trust me, when Vinny goes and when Lamine goes, all the entertainers are gone, all the entertainers are gone. But guys, this is my top 30 list of Ballon d'Or, my official top 30 list. Put down in the comments what you think of my list and what your top 30 lists are. Don't forget, of course, to like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Peace.